Boris Johnson's troubles seem to be mounting up at the moment. On Saturday, a cross-party section of MPs is threatening to sue the Prime Minister if he doesn't order an independent investigation into interference in the 2019 UK elections and the 2016 Brexit vote by Russia. So the MPs are pointing to the European Convention on Human Rights, where in Protocol 1 it is enshrined the right to free elections. The MPs are saying that the government's refusal to investigate Russian involvement is a breach of this very protocol. Now, Boris Johnson could actually be taken to court over this if he does not implement measures to protect future elections from outside interference. The group of MPs has sent him a pre-action letter, and they've given him 2 weeks to respond. One of the MPs leading the charge is Caroline Lucas, the Green MP for Brighton. Now, she has said that the democratic process is clearly at risk. She also said that the integrity of elections and democracy itself is being undermined. What she did was she pointed to Tory MPs who have been shockingly complacent about the threat. She also said that the government has allowed this to happen because party coffers are being topped up by Russian money. Remember that there was a report on Russian influence in the Brexit referendum, but Boris Johnson suppressed it before the general election. However, I think unfortunately, even if the report was published before the election, it would have had little impact. I know it was a big story, but in the end, Boris Johnson hasn't really been damaged by its publication just last month. Now, Boris Johnson's government says that there was, and I quote, no evidence of successful Moscow interference. However, Parliament's Intelligence and Security Committee, the ISC, has said that Theresa May's government didn't really bother to look into Russian meddling. I wonder why. The problem is that the ISC has said that the UK was a clear threat for interference, but also for money laundering. The ISC had actually asked Boris Johnson to initiate a public inquiry, but he did nothing. Boris and his government has been accused of dereliction of duty. They know that Moscow is attempting to interfere with elections and are pumping cash directly into the Tory party at almost every level of government. The problem with demands for a public inquiry is that you need MPs on board. I don't see enough Tory MPs willing to put pressure on the government. This issue isn't high profile enough for Tory MPs to feel like they have something to lose by supporting Boris Johnson. The fact also that Boris Johnson has an 80-seat majority means that this issue is not much of a threat to him, while the Conservative Party are making money hand over fist with unsavoury figures outside the country. Now, surely even Brexiteers, and this is a direct appeal to you, didn't you rail against the idea of an undemocratic EU? Surely you have a problem with politicians doing favours for cash. How is that representative of voters? How does that help democracy and the public good? Yes, I understand that you won, but aren't you concerned with who pumped money in and what they got in return? Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. Why not become a Patreon and enjoy access to our Discord server where we share news, chat, and have some fun? If you become a patron, you can also make video suggestions on topics that are important to you. Check it out via the link in the description.